Well, good morning everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am still here in the Blue City and the clock is 7:30 in the morning. The sun is just about to rise. It is freezing 10 degrees here, so I'm really cold. But I stopped by here at this local place just to get some breakfast. The plan today is to, after I get some breakfast and hopefully the sunrise, I get a few more degrees. I think they said like 14 at 9. But I'll be heading out before that. I'm heading towards Europe today. So the plan is to ride roughly 3 hours to Ceuta, which is a Spanish enclave here on the African continent. So it's actually a city that belongs to Spain. So if everything works out, I'll do the customs and immigration and entering Europe here on the African continent. And then I'll just take the ferry from one Spanish city to another one. Should be easy enough. Let's see how it works out. So then we are leaving the Blue City for this time. A lot of the guys here, they work for tip. So I would be generous with my tip here. Like for example, the guys who fill your gas. I'm not sure they're getting any other payment. Also, when I'm staying at a bit better hotels like this one, they usually have a security guard that's actually protecting your motorcycle or your gear all night. He's standing out all night. Make sure to give him a good tip as well. The gas station guys, I typically give 5 dirham, and the night guard between 10 and 20. I don't know if that's the going rate. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. So yeah, please be generous to these poor people. They're actually doing an honest work. So about the Blue City, I'm glad I came here. It was definitely worth a visit. However, it's very touristy and I get, I don't know, I get cold chills up my spine when I see cities like this. I really don't feel comfortable, and there's so much tourists, and the local people get very touristy. For example, the restaurants, there was nothing bad with them, but there was no warmth, no feeling, no welcoming like you get in the local places. The sales guys on the street are quite pushy. They approach you. Haven't seen that anywhere else. And now it's actually starting to rain on top of everything. So where am I heading? My goal today is to go to Ceuta, which is a Spanish enclave on the African continent. So it's literally a Spanish city and belongs to Europe. Instead of going to Tanger Med, the ferry port that I arrived in, I'm taking another way to see how that is. I'm going to Ceuta, and that means I'll be passing into Europe on land. There will be immigration, I assume, and customs and everything that's required to get into Europe. But after that, it should be fairly easy to take a ferry from Spain to Spain. And I think the ferry ride is roughly an hour. It should be smooth enough. Now it's 8:50 already. Time flies. It's 14 degrees now. It's a little bit better, but if it starts to rain, it's gonna be not too comfortable ride. But who's complaining? I'm not. I'm on my bike, and that makes me very happy. Thank you for following me, and when I get to Spain, I'm gonna take a couple of days off videoing, but then I'm going to Portugal for another adventure. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and follow me for more fun. So the weather is not perfect, but hey, look at the view here. How can I not enjoy this? And as far as I can see, it's clearing up ahead.
Might be good after all. I'm heading to the coast, and it said it's going to rain in Ceuta in the afternoon. But hopefully I'll be there before then, if my forecast is correct. So far my weather apps hasn't been really accurate. There's so many mountains here, and it changes the weather dramatically from one side of a mountain to another, so I don't really trust my weather apps. Better just drive and see how it goes. So I found the beach. I understand this is a very popular tourist area. It's really close to Ceuta, the Spanish enclave. So I guess taking the ferry from Spain to Ceuta takes an hour, and then you're here in another half hour, 40 minutes, something like that. You can enjoy these beaches, and there's some really nice hotel here. It feels very touristico, if you understand what I mean. It's very nice and clean, and really touristy area. So the ocean is not very far here on the right side, but as far as I can see, this is all private compounds, maybe some hotels, but I think it's mostly residential area here on the right side, and they probably have their own private beach access. That's what I would guess. What do you think of that weather? It must be raining over the ocean, right? And here it's sunshine. It's so dark. I've never seen anything like it. Wow. What do you think? I'm gonna make it dry all the way? I have a bad feeling about this. Right now I'm going straight north, but I need to go northeast. I think I'm going out there actually. Yikes, yikes, yikes. So there's quite a lot of police activity here, with a lot of armed cars on this. So I'm still in Morocco, side of the border. I read in the news that a couple of weeks ago there were 3 or 4 attempts by thousands of I guess immigrants trying to cross the border into Ceuta here in Spain. So I think they had to, the Moroccans took care of it with quite some force. They have water cannons and a lot of police. Apparently there was a call on social media for all the immigrants to approach the border at the same time, and it was a little bit chaotic. That's what I read. I'm glad it doesn't look to be anything like that going on today, because that, yeah, I don't want to be in the middle of that. I guess this is the border control. This should be entering Spain then. Let's see what happens. Guess it's time to get some paperwork ready. That was smooth. He just wanted to see my passport. Now it seems like they have a fast lane for motorcycles. I really like that. They are not too happy when I film, so I'm gonna turn off the camera in a little while. See what they're doing here. These guys are from Germany, I guess.
Yep, so I passed border control. It was quite smooth, painless. They didn't allow me to film anything. They were quite keen on that, so I had to turn off the camera completely. But it was an easy process, and there was really no line. So now I'm in Europe, in España, and it shows clearly because I had to fill the gas myself. Now I just need to find a ferry. Yeah, so I made it on the ferry. It was a really smooth process. The ferry leaves in 10 minutes. I bought the tickets another 5 minutes ago. So I'm glad I didn't buy the ticket in advance. Really smooth. Let's go up and get a cup of coffee. So, great. I made it all the way. I weren't really allowed to film anything when I passed customs and got on the ferry. So I actually unplugged my camera. They didn't even like it to be powered on. But everything went smooth, I would say. Saturday is a good day to go up to Europe. Sundays could be, that's what I heard, it could be a little bit busy. There's a lot of Spanish people going over to Morocco just over the weekend. But it was really smooth, the whole thing. I came here and I checked into this hostel, which seems to be very nice, really convenient. So I guess that concludes today's episode. I'm gonna stay here for a couple of nights. I have some business to take care of here in Fuengirola in Spain. But I'll get back to you when I'm on the road again, because I have still more exciting things to come. I am driving up to Algarve coast in Portugal, and we're going to do some off-roading with another team there. You don't want to miss that. So, as I always say, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's catch up later.